All right, good morning, guys. I'm still sick, so bear with me. I don't think we got that message to Elon Musk for Little Forest, unfortunately. Maybe I'm not done yet. I don't know. I might keep trying, but he's a busy dude. Have to keep that into consideration, too. Starting just a minute early today. Lots to talk about. I just listened today, talk through PayPal. That's not even on my list, dude. I don't own it anymore. I've eliminated all of it. I'll update my portfolio shortly. Don't be in it. It's down 13% yesterday. I'm glad I got out when it was down like 7. And I exited my entire position, 400,000, turned it down to 270, just wiped it out. Took the loss, ended it. We've got more important things to talk about, though. A lot more important things to talk about. We've got Tariff. We've got to talk about tariffs. We've got to talk about the cheat code, guys. Today, thanks to FundStrat, we have the cheat code. And it's Sean Farrell, head of crypto strategy, that brought it up. It's one of it's filled in the pieces for me on what's going to happen economically and what Trump's trying to accomplish with tariffs and what we're trying to do around the world and what we're trying to graft and do a new multipolar world in the future that benefits America, but over the short term might cause a little bit of pain. And I think it's very, very important to understand these concepts. So that's our focus today. It's not PayPal. Fuck PayPal. That's trash. I'm very happy that I moved into TLT yesterday with options contracts that can yield me 11x the returns, because if we do have any pain in the near future, I can capitalize off of that and I can lean in further to my favorite things, my Teslas, my MicroStrategies, all these other things. I might even, I don't know, I'm thinking about my MSTX position. I've got about $500,000 in it. It's still up by a couple of percent. I might wipe that out too and just keep it as cash. Still have well over $1 million of MicroStrategy. But where am I coming from? What am I talking about? Why is this all? Why have I had this epiphany? Well, first off, it could be NyQuil. I've been very sick. I haven't slept much, but this was just so salient and brilliant that I've got to bring it to you. So, a couple things. First off, Lance Roberts, great guy, very old school. He said that he just created a chart that said, here's a couple of really good charts yesterday about real Donald Trump's first term in office and how the market responded to tariffs. As noted in our recent blog, Curb Your Enthusiasm, the recent bouts of volatility will likely continue. However, the market trends to perform better with deregulation, tax stability, and stable outlooks. So we got a lot of positive drivers behind us right now that are going to help, especially our bond market, that are going to help the stock market. But Trump is going to fucking town right now on the world, and there's a reason for it. So you know that there's a lot of things we have to fix, right? You know there's a lot of things we have to fix, but you don't necessarily know what all we're trying to do. I mean, right now we're talking about going into Gaza and building there and removing all Palestinians from it. We're talking about wiping out Iran if they try and continue with nuclear weapons. We're talking about all kinds of stuff right now. It's insane. The difference between this Trump admin and the old one is speed. Yes, let's talk about that. That's a great transition and segue. Thank you, Cyber. 2 weeks in, Mexico caved, Panama caved, Colombia caved, Venezuela caved, Canada's panicking, mass deportations, hostages are home, DEI programs ended, bureaucracy slashed, FBI purges underway, U.S. aid funding canceled, gender ideology eliminated, DOGE already saved billions and billions of dollars. They're actually on a pace to lower the deficit by $1.5 trillion for the full calendar year of 2026. 51 intel agents lost clearance. Now, we got border crossings dropping by 93%, reservoirs filled up in California, and we're talking about abolishing the Department of Education, abolishing the IRS, and on top of that, they've sent requests to the CIA that they'll pay them out. If you want to leave, you'll get pay. Otherwise, here's what people don't recognize right now, guys. No, I'm not going to sell MicroStrategy. If anything, I would only sell MSTX. That's it. About $500,000. That's it. The rest I would keep. And I'm keeping my clean spark because, frankly, if it turns to dust, I don't give a shit. And it might not. There's a lot to talk about, guys. This is a huge fucking shift in everything that's going on right now. And I couldn't have told you this 2 weeks ago because I didn't realize all of this was going to happen. But now that I'm looking at it, I'm actually thinking my buddy Rex was probably right on timing. I don't know if he was right for the right reasons, but he might be right. at least over the short term. And this isn't scary. This is good. When you fill in the picture of what's going to happen, when you fill in the picture, keep MicroStrategy forever. I don't know that you should ever do that, but maybe, because things have changed. When you fill in the pictures of what's coming next, you need to reevaluate. And there's a lot to reevaluate. I didn't know all of this was coming. And I don't think we're done. I don't think we're remotely done. And we got to talk about it. Again, Gaza Strip. Trump is literally talking about taking over the Gaza Strip. I don't know if this resonates with you, how impactful this is, but my entire life and that of my parents, this has been utter fucking chaos. And we're talking about eliminating it, which is insane. We've got Donald Trump over here saying, I want Iran to be a great and successful country, but one that cannot have nuclear weapons. Reports that the United States, working in conjunction with Israel, is going to blow Iran into smithereens. I think they're going to, the Mossad will literally assassinate the leaders of Iran if they want to. And I think we're going to help facilitate it. I know that sounds insane, but he's telling us what he's going to do. I'm 40. I'm going to be 48, but thank you. You're very kind. Oh, is that the Rex comment? Yeah. So Rex was like, people were making fun of, they said in a thing like about Clean Spark, like, oh, and Rex, their 16-year-old Rex, and Rex, like 16-year-old Rex, lol, you guys are brutal. And I was like, you don't look a day over 17 or a day under 17, Rex. So anyway, whatever. I think we're friends again. Anyway, moving on. So he said, I would prefer a verified nuclear peace agreement, which will let Iran peacefully grow and prosper. We should start working on it immediately. They will not do this. They're coming to an end. The Iranian people already want to overthrow. Did you know their population has declined by 13% in just like a few years? Everybody's leaving, trying to get away from there. Oh, we've got a lot to talk about though. So what is the cheat code? What is the cheat code? It's this man right here. His name is Stephen Moran. And why is he the cheat code? I've got actually a video with him too that we need to talk about. Yeah, and TLT, I'm probably going to be up like a decent chunk today. I think that one's just going to keep going up. But why is Stephen? So I've got a YouTube video here too that I linked underneath, guys. That I think it's in here. No, I got the video though. I'll add. Oh yeah, no, it was right there. And this again, one of the guys in the bond market that we love so much. This is his channel, the Bitcoin Layer, and he sits down with Stephen Moran. This is a while ago, but this guy is important, and he's important for a reason. And this information came from FS Insights, guys. This is Tom Lee's crew. This is actually under his crypto guy. I'll just show you real quick here. You guys, if you can afford this, you have to sign up for this. You have to. It's very much worth it. It's very, very much worth it. But these comments right here, I wasn't even going to watch this video, but it says tariff short, bearish short term, bullish and long term. And I'm like, you know what? I should take a minute to look at this. And I'm so glad I did, because it was one of the most enlightening things I've ever seen. And again, this is a little bit different than our normal episode, guys, but it's important. When you get the cheat code, you gotta pay attention to it, okay? And why do we have the cheat code? So let me just go through this here real quick. So in Stephen Moran, I think I give his title down here. Let me see here. Or whatever. We'll talk about that in a second. So I said, I don't share content from FS Insight very often because I believe that people who can should pay for the service because they do great work. But this is important, so you get a preview of what you're missing. Here's a guide written by Stephen Moran, chair of Trump's Council of Economic Advisors. It says how we would reform the global trade system to reduce America's trade deficit. And I said, this is a key objective of real Donald Trump. So it's important to listen to this, right? We know that he doesn't like the trade deficit, and we know that he's talked about trying to fix it because we want manufacturing to come back to the United States. But there's always this complexity of how do we do that? How do we get manufacturing in the United States if we have a strong dollar? That's the thing, right? We know the answers now. I said in it, he discusses how to devalue the U.S. dollar to help onshore manufacturing, another key objective of Trump. So now we know that he wants to reduce the trade deficit. We know that he wants to weaken the dollar. How does he do that? Step 1, establish negotiating power through tariffs. Can you see that happening? Step 1. This is written a while ago, guys. Step 2, do this by bludgeoning Europe and China with a strong dollar so that they come to the table and accept terms. Does it sound like Trump is doing that right now? Can anybody in chat tell me? Do you think Trump has followed step 1 and step 2? Step 3, create a new Plaza Accord. This is absolute insanity. The Mar-a-Lago Accord. I don't even know if I spelled that right. Unbelievable. Step 4, in the Accord, they would manufacture a lower dollar by reducing the overall treasuries that are owned by other countries, while shifting what they still own to longer dated securities. Why would we do this? Why would countries go along with this? Because if they don't, we will crush them. And if we do it, we release a lot of pressure and pain that they're feeling. Why else would they do this? This creates a new scenario where the US dollar is becoming less of a monolith in trade, which creates a manufactured reduction in the demand for the dollar while forcing your opponents into longer dated treasuries. So the goal is to lower the yields of our U.S. treasuries so that we can refinance our debts later in this year. But to get there, we're going to demand a Plaza Accord with the fucking world, with all the major players. And if they don't come on board, we'll butcher them with tariffs. Butcher them. Do you think Trump is bluffing? Do you think he's bluffing? He is not. This is a very important video, guys. Please like, share, comment on X. People need to know what's coming. We need to let them know what we're doing and how we're going to do it. Because it's not like letting this out into the world is going to ruin the plan. The plan is bulletproof. This is literally what we're doing. So we're going to create a Plaza Accord, like, again, and there's people like Michael Howell that have been talking about this. He was talking about defense bonds for people that aren't affiliated with China. And there's more in this video, guys. I can't cover it all. So if you guys can afford it, you should sign up for FS Insights. I'm going to, real quickly here, I'm going to give a referral code. I don't know if it gives a discount. It might just give me money, lower my pay on it. I think it just lowers my subscription. I paid for it once. I'll let that come up. But, oh, there we go. Got a thing. If you guys are interested, check it out. It's so worth it. It's so worth it, in my opinion. That's it. That's the referral link. But this is insane. So all these brilliant people have been talking about this, right? They've been talking about how it's important. Jesse, it is hard to hear you today. I have heard removing Palestinians from Gaza. We will crush them. Is everybody else good with sound? Can you respond, guys? Let me know. But this is literally the game plan, and I've given you a video before Stephen Moran went into office talking about more of this kind of topic that I'm going to be watching later. I haven't even seen it yet, okay? But this is what we're doing. This is the game plan, and you need to understand it. Because, again, the title of that was Tariffs Could Bring Pain Over the Short Term, but benefit us greatly over the long. And then we're looking over here at Lance Roberts' post showing how the first escalation brought the markets down hard, and how the 10% tariffs on $200 billion of Chinese goods brought the markets down hard in 2018. We had other problems that need to be included in this, some other things that should probably be in the dates. Like, you got to remember, dipshit Powell was trying to raise rates around this time too, which probably wasn't good. Probably wasn't good, right? And so he ended up having to lower them, and then we got this big bounce out. So this isn't all encompassing on what happened around that time. So let's remember that. Chinese tariffs over here, 25% dropped. 10% tariffs on $300 billion of goods dropped. Last escalation, boom, market takes off. Now, here's the deal. I think Trump is going to push, again, he's going to push people away from the dollar for trade, which is ironic because that's not what he said. We've said that we want a digital currency that can compete, but I do think that they will allow maybe certain things for trade. What do you guys think they might allow for trade that isn't the US dollar? Raise your hands. Anybody, throw something out there. What might they allow for trade that isn't the US dollar? Would anybody think Bitcoin? Maybe. Especially after like adding it to a reserve. And again, maybe that doesn't even happen right away. It doesn't matter. The whole fucking point. Video to maintain smooth streaming. Hopefully you guys aren't getting any glitches here. Here's my whole point. Even if that doesn't happen right away, and we'll see what the details of this Plaza Accord are, but I think we're going to have Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset. I don't think we wanted to release that yesterday when we had the Crypto Council and David Sachs talking, but they did allude to it when talked to directly. They kept saying altcoins and crypto. Really, it was just crypto. Everybody's like, oh, this is so bad. Trump coin. I mean, fucking maybe. I don't know anymore, dude. Trump is insane. I can tell you Trump coin's up where a lot of altcoins are down. Trump coin's up 11% today. So it's ironic that you say that because it's finally getting a bounce. Would he use Trump coin? I mean, I don't know anymore, dude. He's got an amazing amount of power. MicroStrategy going into the strategic reserve, I could see it, actually. I could see it. I could see Tesla. I could see MicroStrategy. I could see every major company. I could see TikTok. Oh, hey, we're getting payrolls. We're going to jump back to this in a second, guys. But I think we've been given the cheat code, and we need to study up on Stephen Moran and understand what's going on. Real quick here, though, let's look at ADP employment because we do have other stuff going on today, not just this. So let's look here real quick. 1 second. Let me just go back. We're going to go back a couple. All right, let me just go back here.
Report the futures ahead of that. Dow down by about 66.
Guys, if you think this is one of the best market opens, please hit the like, comment, and again on X, share this out and tell people this is blowing your mind or something.
7 S&P futures down by 25. The Nasdaq off by 160.
Thanks,
Steve
Matthew.
Leisman is here, and he joins us with that number.
Betsy, thank you. The January ADP private payrolls estimated 183,000. This is the private payroll company ADP with its estimate of national private payrolls.
So payrolls were up 3,300, a significant beat.
And you can see there, goods not doing so great, but it's all in the service sector, 190,000. And there's
Total private payrolls up 183K, goods down 6. Service providing 190K, non-farm payrolls estimate plus 169. Interesting.
the non-farm payroll estimate in and around.
So really, guys, it's the service and non-farms that were leading the charge in this. Well, how is that calculated?
Exactly where ADP is at 169,000.
Oh, I see. Service providing and goods services are the breakdown. They have this weird. So 183 for total private. And then goods producing was -6. Service was 190. We know the service sector is doing well. And then non-farm payrolls was 160.
For this Friday, they were.
So I want to listen to his revisions in a second, but I just want to look at the actual data on this real quick too. And I might have to. That's not too bad. It's not totally clustered. Let's see here real quick. Do I have all the good stuff? I got the ones. Let's just do major for now. Oh no, I don't want to do major. Clear. Let's just do US. I'll clean this up. I think this got broken. ADP change. There it is. I just want to look at what the overall trend is real quick, guys. That's a significant uptick. Let me go back here. This is a little fuzzy. So, okay. So it's the best number really since October of 2024. If we get much higher, then we're going to April, March. So looking good, steady. Definitely not the world falling apart. Real quickly here, let's go back. This is the best I've joined in years. Oh, awesome, dude. You mean as far as like market open or something? It's the best, man. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so you guys have responded from before. 30-year mortgage down to 6.97%. Already seen the mortgage come down. I think TLT is going to explode higher, guys. If you're not in TLT, I think you're going to miss out. For anybody who missed it yesterday, I am currently in 660 contracts at about 420. Sorry. $277,000 in cost. If we hit the 120s, which I think is totally achievable, and this is over the next 2 years, if we hit the 120s between now and 2027, I can make anywhere from $1 million, or I should say anywhere, let's say anywhere from like 1 million to, if we go higher, which I still think this is doable. This is the .618 golden retracement zone. If America really takes off, to maybe 2.5 million. So let's $1 million to $2.5 million that I make off of 277,000. If we experience tons of pain, that's an 11x, guys. If you're just looking over here, 120. If we just go to 120, that's a 36% increase in these bonds. That is that's a 10-11x. That's a 10-11x. So this is a great hedge. It's going to make me a bunch of money. And I do think the bond market has bottomed, because think about it, guys. Think about this. You have a game plan from the government to reduce the strength of the dollar that is pretty sound. We have all the control. It's just a matter of doing it. And China's falling apart. China has no wiggle room here, guys. They're not ready for war. They're not ready for war, and Trump knows it. And so they have to. Xi doesn't want to lose face, but frankly, he can't create a war right now because his people hate him. You might not realize this. You might not see this in media, but I've been following China for thousands of hours over the last 6 years. And I know it really well. I probably know it better than people in the country because they have the Great Firewall, and it's not like you can run around talking shit about Xi. You'll just disappear. If you guys have tried DeepSeek, you understand what I'm saying. Hop into DeepSeek and ask about Winnie the Pooh, ask about Xi Jinping, ask about anything in China. See how far you get. So I know more than these people about China, sadly, even though they live there. I mean, some of them personally probably have anecdotals that are much worse than anything I know. But we have the game plan. It's pummel with tariffs. So over the short term, the next month or two, I don't know how bad it gets, guys. It could get crazy. There could be talk about escalating wars. We're talking about replacing the Palestinians in Gaza. If you don't think this president is crazy, like crazy in a good way, he is. He is. And there's a reason why a man who works for Space Force, Jason Lowry, who wrote a book called Soft War, talking about how Bitcoin could be used to avoid kinetic war. There's a reason why. And then we see shit like this, where 2 armed gunmen in Brussels just start massacring people. They let one Muslim woman go. They didn't shoot her, but they just went into the subway and just started assassinating people. And then I won't even show you what's underneath it here. Somebody's like, meanwhile, in Paris, you just see a guy in the middle of the street getting stabbed to death by an immigrant while he screams in pain, while people drive by and buses go by and nobody helps because nobody wants to get murdered too. This is the world we're living in. And it's going to change. And Jason Lowry, this is the person who wrote Soft War. He works for Space Force. He says, to each there comes in their lifetime a special moment when they are figuratively tapped on the shoulder and offered a chance to do a very special thing, unique to them and fitted for their talents. That's Trump right now, guys. If you can't see it, you're blind. You're blind with hate. You're blind with political rage, or you just don't want to see it because this isn't a comfortable time in history. But shit is changing in a big way. All right, sorry. It's not coming out of my nose. I'm still pretty sick, so this sucks. So we have more economic data coming out at 7:30 and in 6 minutes. We got more data at 8:45. We got more data at 9 o'clock. Here's the thing, guys. I'm not telling you to buy TLT, but I would. And I did. Selling MSTX is just in case there's chop unlock. And I don't even know if I'm going to do it. I really got to think, man. I got to think a lot. So here's what we're looking at, guys. Like, here's what we're looking at for the portfolio, right? I've wiped out my AMD. I don't have ARGT. I've still got ARCG. I still love ARCG. I love ARCG because I think it's got such a floor on it. It's still looking strong today. It's been downtrending it's been in a downward consolidation zone. Like, it fell off a cliff over here 1,500 days ago. And it's only got 1.17 billion in AUM. That's like less than 15%. Oh, Bitcoin Strategy Day. You know we're doing MicroStrategy earnings. Fuck yeah. We're doing that. I should pull that up. But this is consolidating in a way, guys, where it's looking to break out of a 3-year downtrend line. This is probably one of the best asymmetric bets on the planet right now. So I still like this, right? I still like ARCG. And again, I don't even know if I'm going to sell MSTX. But if it chops for a while, this could be a little more painful. But I look at it this way. Worst case, even if I just sit where I am right now, I'm out of PayPal. Fuck that stock. Fuck that shitty woke CEO. Alex Chris doesn't appear to be any better than any of his predecessors, man. He hired Will Ferrell, who did a pretty weird fucking show on Netflix recently. And I just don't get the vibes that outside of, again, not locking people. My buddy Tom Nash had his fucking account locked with PayPal. I tried using PayPal and Verizon for a half an hour when I bought my new phone, my S24 Ultra. I switched to a different one because I wanted the Fold, but I spent a half an hour in Verizon with Verizon employees trying to help me figure out how to pay with the fucking credit card because I forgot, or pay with the phone in the PayPal app because I forgot my card at home. It sucked. It utterly sucked. It's just trash. So, and then the honey thing, I was ignoring the honey thing, the advertising scandal thing. I can't do it anymore. PayPal is shit. I ditched every one of them. I sold all of them. I started off with 90%, then I just chopped off the last ass end of it so I could buy TLT. I think I posted it yesterday. Pretty sure I did. Maybe I missed one. I definitely posted the 90% out. So, again, I can't do trash anymore, and I needed a hedge. And this hedge, I think, is going to be fruitful. I'm already up 11% on it. That was before today, because this is an 11x the underlying. So even if I don't sell MSTX, I'm covered. I'm covered with less than like 300,000. It's probably over 300,000 now. So I'm ready for pain. I'm ready for it. How do you decide how much to put? I dumped all of my PayPal in it. I don't know. I might put more in it. I'm not sure I'm done yet. If I dump out of MSTX, maybe I'll just fucking throw it in there. Maybe that's the right move. AMD down 10%. Yes. AMD. Here's the deal. There's so much shit going on right now, guys. The Magnificent Seven, which is on in every ETF, every one of them is getting butchered. How do you buy Palantir here? Like, don't get me wrong. I've been so wrong about Palantir. How do you buy it? How do you buy it here? It went up 1,700%. It's a $250 billion company. AMD had earnings that are like, I don't know, 6-7x what Palantir is. for like net income or cash or whatever. I can't even remember off the top of my head. How do you buy Palantir here? I don't know. I can't. And I'm not going to. But I might wipe out my MSTX because I've still got over $1 million in MSTR, and I might buy more TLT today. But the Department of Government Efficiency is doing amazing things right now. But look at this, guys. Google's down 7.5%. You think that's going to hit all these fucking ETFs? that are all wrapped around the Magnificent Seven. The only company that I really feel good about in the Magnificent Seven right now is Tesla. How crazy is that? How crazy is it that I think that Tesla is the company that can do the best? Can you talk about your CleanSpark calls a bit? I'm not selling them. I won't sell them. It's ride or die at this point, man. And here's the deal. If people start to catch on to this very well published criteria for what we're trying to do here, you can see what Trump's doing. Trump isn't like that girl you dated in high school that like kept fucking with your emotions every day. That's not Trump. Trump, I mean, he might fuck with your emotions, but he doesn't do it by like going, oh God, you look so nice in that, and being like, God, she looks, you look like shit in that. That's not Trump. Trump will literally tell you what he thinks. Whether you like him or hate him, he's honest. And he's telling you right now that he is willing to watch the world burn over the short term while DOGE, and Elon Musk said this, guys, I posted it already. Elon said the bond markets are not properly pricing in the impact of the Department of Government Efficiency. You can ignore that at your own peril. I am not. I'm not. I know that Elon Musk can do amazing things. I watch him do it all the fucking time. So I'm going to listen to the man. I'm going to listen to Trump and what he's saying because we have the biggest stick in the world. And Donald Trump, I don't know if you've noticed this. I don't know if you can understand this or grasp it, but he's using it. And he's not slowing down. So if you want to get utterly wrecked, ignore this. Ignore all the signal that I'm giving you. Ignore the signal that FS Insight just gave with my buddy Tom Lee, who was nice enough to retweet my post about the Cybertruck in Forest because he's a good man. And thank you, Sawyer Merritt. And thank you, everybody else. Tesla Boomer Mama, all of you guys, man. Farzad, everybody for doing that. You're good people. I love the Tesla community. Tom Nash, thank you, sir. And thank you, everybody who participated in this. I appreciate you. I don't ask for a lot, but that was important to me. Hopefully it can still get to Elon. I even submitted a fucking support ticket on X Premium saying this is a weird ass request, but can we get this message to Elon because I want to brighten this kid's day. But again, there are brilliant people out there that are giving you the keys to the kingdom, guys. They're telling you what you can expect in the future, and we can ignore them or we can listen and profit. And I'm not the kind of person to ignore what's coming in the future and put my fucking head in the sand. I'm the kind of person who looks at it and says, well, this is shit, but I'm going to figure it out. And I guess I've always been that person. I just didn't know it. I didn't have any confidence when I was younger, but that's how I'm rolling, man. Ross Gerber's not that guy. I literally submitted a support ticket. You think I'm fucking kidding? I'm not. Let me see here. I'm not. Look, I don't know if they've responded to it. You think I'm fucking kidding? Super weird support request. They haven't responded yet. I'm still awaiting an answer, okay? But all these fucking Jake, thank you, bro. Tanner, thank you, bro. All you guys fucking responded. I love you guys, man. Wolf Financial. Yes, I'll meet with you, Wolf. That guy's a fucking stud. He wants to talk to me, evidently. It doesn't even matter if we do a YouTube or something. Those guys are amazing. They're all over. I don't even know. I feel blessed to be a part of any of this. I'm not going to lie. But, yeah. Anyway, we got the keys to the kingdom, guys. We know what's coming. We know what's coming. Oh, I'm going to update my portfolio. Took a butchering yesterday from PayPal. Probably down 150K. Didn't even give a shit. Just wanted to get into TLT. But Stephen Moran is the guy we need to understand. And I'm trying to find this thing now. 1 second. Where did I put this? My brain is so foggy, guys. I'm so sick. Oh, in China. There is so much going on. If there's more news, guys, that I'm missing, let's go over it. Like, you guys throw it out in chat. I'll try and read, okay? I'm going to stick around today. I don't care if I'm sick. We're going to figure shit out. Fear and greed's at 39. Love it. Let's get it lower. Can crypto go up? I don't think. So here's the thing. So that FS Insight video I was telling you about with our boy, what's his name again? He's so brilliant. He's so brilliant. I love him so much. He is one of the smartest people. Tom Lee, wherever you found him, you hired the right guy. Tom Lee did a CapEx guidance report this morning. I'm going to have to check that out. That's 7:40 a.m. So that I'll check that later. Again, guys, I've said this. People might think that I'm just saying this so I can get more free membership. I probably have a free membership with these motherfuckers for a year, okay? I've already got like 50 referrals with them. So it doesn't matter. This is my favorite service by far. And Sean Farrell is brilliant. He's brilliant. So if you get it, if you can afford it, $250 is not cheap at all. I think that's what I'm paying or not paying because everybody fucking signed up for it. So I guess I have it easier than I thought. But yeah, Stephen Moran is the guy who wrote the guide that Trump is following. Oh God, we got Rick Santelli talking. We're going to have to go to that. And I've got to watch this later because I never miss anything that Tom Lee says because he's brilliant and he's a good person. How do you not like somebody who's just like a great person and fucking brilliant at the same time? But let me go back here real quick and we'll get to Rick Santelli. For anybody who missed it, we got the cheat code. I don't know if it's on here. I got to figure out where I put this fucking thing. I'm going to have to save it because it's just so amazing. Where did I put? Oh, it's under subs probably. If you're a subscriber on X, you got this. If you can see it, I'm still working on the ticket. But we have our cheat code, and it's called Stephen Moran. And I've attached a YouTube video here, guys, for you to be able to look at. Awesome, Shram. But you guys need to understand this. You need to wrap your head around it. And if you guys have questions, I'm happy to answer them. But you need to understand what's coming. It's going to be very important for all of our futures. And it's going to be good. It might not be comfortable. But you know what? Life isn't fucking comfortable. Life isn't fucking comfortable. I wish my right nut wasn't hanging lower and didn't have something growing off of it. But that's just what it is. I wish I didn't have a growth in my leg that I'm told is not cancerous, luckily. I don't know. We got to cut it out to figure it out. But that's just life, dude. It's what it is. You don't appreciate this shit when you're younger. But you do later. So you can ignore reality or you can embrace it. I'm going to be one who embraces it. I'm going to be one who fights through it. Whether I win or not, it doesn't really fucking matter. All right, Rick Santelli, here we go. Doesn't look too red. All right, here we go. Let's get to it.
Angelica, thank you.
Thank you.
Rick Santelli is standing by at the CME in Chicago. He's got some breaking economic data. Rick, the numbers, please.
Yeah, and this is a date with history on this number. The trade balance for December, minus 98.4
worst in history.
billion, minus 98.4 billion. That is the second largest
I don't think earnings actually matter. We'll talk about MicroStrategy in a second, guys.
trade deficit ever since we've been recording, which goes back to January of 1992.
Do you see why Trump wants to fix this? Do you see why Trump wants to fix this? Let me help you out real quick here. If you don't see why Trump wants to fix this, let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about it. This is why Trump wants to fix this, okay? Because the world has been sucking off our tits for a very long time. And it's over. It's over. If you don't believe me, this man is going nowhere. He's going nowhere. He doesn't even have, he's got he's only been in office for 2 years. Or 2 weeks. Sorry. Tired. NyQuil. And he's got 2 years before we even have another election. And all that does is just potentially remove his ability to be able to have power to do more. But he could do a lot in 2 years. And if he does it well, he'll easily get 2 more. So for the people that hate what's going on, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for your pain. I have no doubt we'll see more terrorist activity internally and externally around the world. I have no doubt about that, because the messaging is right now is that the world is coming apart. And for the first time in history, we have a dictator who is trying to create smaller government. Must be painful. I get it. People aren't happy with this. They don't like, there's people that are just little bitches who have never had any problems in their life. Real problems. And they consider like a thing on a sheet or whether or not somebody has to recognize who they are as the worst fucking thing in life. I'm sorry, there's much worse things. Try starving to death. Try being brutalized. Try genocide. Quit being little bitches. Fuck you. Grow up. You're going to be forced to. This is a fourth turning. Sorry, I'm intense today. I don't know if it's the lack of sleep or what. But yeah, this has to end. This isn't sustainable. It's got to end. Whether you like it or not, it will. Where do I even go from here? All right, I think the trade deficit was good enough. We could listen to idiots on CNBC, but I don't think that's worth anybody's time. All right, let's just since we're here, why not just go into geopolitics, right? We got people, terrorist motherfuckers murdering people. We got Sweden, where we have 61 no-go zones, where people can riot, pillage, and murder without consequence because we allow illegal immigration to rape and pillage our nations. In the name of what? Here's little kids hiding from a shooting. This is in Sweden yesterday. This was Brussels. These are different things. We have terrorist attacks every day in the West. Every day. Should children have to do this? I don't even know. This one's like in a fucking garb. Does she even get to show her face? Is this the world we want? And one of the things I love is that we've got African people, and I've got numerous videos like this that are like, you know what? We don't want the aid because none of it gets to us. We never see any of it. They steal it from us. Take it away.
And the moment the owners of the money say, let's take a 90-day pause that I audit where my money is going, suddenly the whole country goes into a frenzy. And this should be a moment of reflection for Uganda and the African continent in general. We have been asking for a very long time to be liberated from colonialism, neo-colonialism. And now that the opportunity presents itself, for some reason, we are complaining. Because let's get something straight. Often the money given to us in foreign aid is lost to corruption, misuse, depleted and overrated salaries to particular individuals, or sometimes we lose billions of money that are unaccounted for. So it only makes sense that the donor is asking for an edit. And if
the donor, yeah, I think she means the Donald, or she could mean donor. I don't know. She's cute though.
That means pausing the amount of money coming in. They should. And I do understand the implications of this pause because so many heavily funded healthcare projects run on US aid. But that should be a moment of reflection. This is just a 90-day pause. What would happen if the United States just said, we're not giving you money anymore? And within their rights, they can't do that because it is their money. It's high time Uganda and the African continent got themselves together and actually started looking for systems that are sustainable and not always depend on foreign aid, because we are struggling with debt. On top of that, we have constant aid, which doesn't necessarily help us to have a more independent system. Instead of writing paragraphs of why this is a bad move, we should essentially realize that, we're actually in a bad situation and we cannot always depend on aid because it can go any day.
All right, so this isn't the one where they were talking about the corruption, but she's 100% right. She's 100% right. It's not helping them at all. It's not helping them at all. We got U.S. warships practicing laser targeting. So we're preparing for the next war. We've got Trump saying Qatar is a major funder of terrorism, and I urge them to stop immediately. This is the world we're in, guys. And if we didn't have Trump, and I can't believe how much I hated this man. I hated this man. I hated him. Hated him. Every time I heard his voice, I got sick. And he's the person that's going to save us.
I addressed a summit of more than 50 Arab and Muslim leaders, a unique...
Yes, we'll talk about MicroStrategy. Yes, we'll talk about TLT. I'm going balls deep into TLT.
...meeting in the history of nations, where key players in the region agreed to stop supporting terrorism, whether it be financial...
One sec, guys. Sorry, wrong view. I was going to try and say goodbye to my daughter, mister.
...military or even moral support. The nation of Qatar, unfortunately, has historically been a funder of terrorism at a very high level. And in the wake of that conference, nations came together and spoke to me about confronting Qatar over its behavior. So we had a decision to make. Do we take the easy road, or do we finally take a hard but necessary action? We have to stop the funding of terrorism. I decided, along with Secretary of State...
You got to realize, guys, we're going after everybody. The world is changing. This is history in the making. I don't know who just said that. We're watching history. There are times where history happens, okay? We're in it. We're in it. This is the time. Right now. It's right now. It's in the next couple of years. There will be fortunes made. There will be lives lost. There will be potentially an age of abundance thrust upon us if the world plays it right and if we can do it right. But history is happening now. I'm not looking at Grab, guys. I don't give a shit about Grab. I'm not touching any Southeast Asian companies. I'm just not in this environment. If you want to get Grab, you need to hop over to Amit's stream. He's probably doing it right now. You guys can talk to him about it. I won't be talking about it. All right, let's listen to the rest of Qatar here.
Rex Tillerson, our great generals and military people. The time had come to call on Qatar to end its funding. They have to end that funding and its extremist ideology in terms of funding.
So, guys, this is important because Qatar has given billions to our liberal universities to radicalize them, to turn them into people that are preaching communism and that are doing the Free Palestine and murder the Jews. This is a big deal. Did I post? Yeah, I posted all of it. I posted all the subs, guys. If you're a subscriber on Discord or on X, you do get it. Not everybody is seeing sub posts under the tab. I don't know why. But if you look over here, you could see on Discord, it's better for historical anyways. This is probably one of the number one reasons to be on Discord, along with an amazing community that pretty much runs this bitch without me. There's awesome people in it all the time. But if you look here, you can see I bought more TLT calls. I bought more TLT calls. I dumped PayPal. All the stuff is in here. Historically, it's a little easier to search. And again, you have my charts in here too. So everything that I post that gets added into a channel, if you go in here, you can click on this pinned thing over here and you can click on it and you can pull up the chart that I share so that you can see the updated version of whatever I've been looking at. And like PayPal, for instance, double top. Fucked. Measured move is kind of happening, probably getting down to 73. Maybe lower. I mean, maybe we go back down to test the fib at the 68. I don't know. I don't trust PayPal anymore. But yeah, so all my stuff's in there. So if you don't see it on X for $5, you now can spend $4 since I lowered it because I'm trying to encourage people to be on the Discord more because I think it's valuable and it holds purpose. You can do that. Anyway, Stevie G says, it seems like your views or at least sentiment has shifted a lot since even last week. Yeah, It has. It has. You know why? The data's changed. In the last 2 fucking weeks, has anything happened? CBG? Has anything happened in the last 2 weeks? Can you tell me? Anything at all? How did the PayPal earnings go? Not very good. Their guidance was shit. Even people that wanted to be happy about them, like I was watching Tanner and Roy Crossroads, and then Couch Investor on there, right? All these guys. Couch Investor looked like he was gonna puke. Tanner's like, fuck this, I'm out. And Roy is like, no, they're okay. X payments isn't gonna be a big deal. Because I think he doesn't like Elon Musk. I don't know. That's my guess. Because you can't be like, X payments isn't a big deal. It's not like anybody's going to adopt. And he's made some comment about political stuff and about how people don't like Elon politically. Well, it doesn't keep them from buying their fucking cars or anything else to be successful. So I do think X payments is going to be an issue, and I do think that PayPal is shit. And after that conference call, instead of writing that bitch down 13.5%, I gave up at 7.5, and just fucking threw in the towel and put my money in TLT because I wanted to get into a hedge anyway. TLT, I'm probably going to be up $30,000 in the last 24 hours. So I feel like I made the right move, and it's a better asymmetric play. It's actually got a higher multiple, which is fucking insane. And it doesn't have some woke-ass CEO. And I say that, I don't want Alex Chris to be woke, but I just don't see how he's changing things enough. And then if my buddy Tom Nash can still get locked down, and if Honey is a fucking scam, why would I be in that shit? 2027, you know me, man, I like time. Oh, no, don't worry. Apologies for this question if this is obvious. If TLT goes up, yields come down. Yes. A lot of people don't even get that, dude. So that's not like a totally crazy question at all. So TLT is the representation of the 20-year Treasury bond. It's an ETF. It's not the actual 20-year Treasury. The 20-year Treasury is kind of like the bastard weird child. We used to have 10s and 30s, and then we developed the 20, right? The 20 is the one that people like to trade. And if yields go down in bonds because people trust our government to repay its debt, and I don't know, since in, 2.5, 3 weeks, we've got Elon Musk able to wipe out $1.5 trillion in the full calendar year of 2026, putting us on a sustainable path where if we have growth, we might have, no deficit for the first time since Bill Clinton. You know how Bill Clinton got to a surplus? He fucked a bunch of interns in the White House on his desk. Do people remember that? Am I the only one old enough in here? So that's how Bill Clinton literally just ate cheeseburgers at McDonald's, ran around a bunch, banged interns, and he was able to get us to a balanced budget and actually have us have a surplus. For the first time in history, we're getting ready to do that, and no interns were harmed. How great is that? We're on a path for 2026 to literally change the world and get, Monica Lewinsky. Yeah, thank you. I did not have sexual relations with Monica Lewinsky. I would like to apologize to the American people for lying to them. And to Monica Lewinsky. Yeah, that guy, right? But hey, he did better than everybody that came after him, right? But here's the deal. I think, Monica. Well, a bunch of others. He was screwing all kinds of bitches. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. But yeah, so we're looking to do that again, though. It's been a really long time, and we're doing it in a much better way. Cigar Bill. Oh my God. So there are some old people in here. You guys can relate. Everybody seems to know it. All right, but yeah, if we can repay our debts, this is a big deal. If we can do that, then this right here is going to curve up, and I think this is a W bottom. I agree with a lot of people that were talking about this. Some people think it's going a lot lower. We've got the highest amount of short interest on the bond market that we've ever seen. Let me just do this real quick. You got to see this. If you guys miss this, I feel like a lot of people miss this shift I've done in the last week. So we're going to talk about it because it's important. So again, I talked about the whole plan with this. to my subscribers. And then also over here, this is from Lance Roberts, again, the guy we're looking at today talking about tariffs. And in here, he shows TLT, this is the 20-year bond, ETF, record amounts of short interest. Look at this. In the history of this, look at where we are. So, sentiment in the trash. This bond is at levels right now that it was at in 2002. 23 years ago. Almost. Do you think this is going to correct itself with DOGE and with Donald Trump flapping around all over the place? I think it will. And I can get an 11x return on this motherfucker. Sorry, I'm just cussing like a sailor. I need to cut it back. My parents are going to be pissed. Still accountable to my parents after all these years. Anyway, I think we could get a 60% return. And again, if we do that, that's in the 144 range. That's why that's my max target. And my max target with my current holdings, if it takes 2 years to get there, gets me to $2.62 million. And if it took a year to get there because the world's crazy, or let's say that things just really flush out, then I get $3 million. Okay, so I'm guessing maybe 5% of my tech crypto portfolio would be good TLT hedge. I think if you want to save yourself from pain, I think TLT is the way to do it, guys. This is what I'm doing. Watch out. Don't all pile into the contract. Look at other contracts. My Option 101 video shows you how to use the NASDAQ options chain, which is down here. I'll just link it real quick. And this profit calculator to try and find good contracts. It doesn't have to be mine because a lot of the times when I talk about stuff like this, this is probably more liquid than some other things I've talked about in the past. But you have to know how this works. And so look up my micro to macro options 101 video, look at the profit calculator, look at the NASDAQ, and maybe find a different contract that has high open interest and high volume, at least high open interest, because then you know that people are going to be looking for it in the future. As you'll see, there's high open interest in the 100 range. There's high open interest in the 90. There's decent in the 95. There's some starting to form in the 105 range. There's some in the 110 range. So you can see in some of these higher ones, there's a lot too. So there are people making this bet. But find your own so that you don't drive the price up. And pump my bags over the short term because they'll just deflate naturally. But I don't want you guys getting a shitty price target, okay? Hey, Jesse, does ARKG follow the same chart patterns as TLT? I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that, but I'll show you this. Maybe this will be helpful. Let me see here real quick. So there's ARKG, right? That's not ARKG. That's AMD. There is ARKG. No, this is RK. Whatever, close enough. Okay, so here's RK. So I'd say that ARKG is going to follow the pattern of ARKJ or RK, right? This is their tech one. And what do I mean by that? Well, let's just look here. Let's see what ARKG looks like. Do we have that actually on here right now? No. Okay, let's just add it. ARKG. So here's ARKG. So let's just look at this one. Again, this is only 1.17 billion in AUM. You see how you have basically the cycle pattern chart where it went straight up, went all the way back, reset, found support. Again, found very strong support, ready to break out of a 3-year downtrend line just from here. And then there was another year where it was cascading. The overall return here could be 170%, but this thing can give you 10x or more. So 1,700%. Does that sound Palantir-ish enough for you? So we got that, right? But let's look at ARK again. So could ARK be telegraphing what's happening? I think so. Ignore this end part. Ignore this part here, right? And it's a little bit different. It's not as steep of a slope and for as long, but look at it. It's already starting to go up. It's already at the .5, right? And this one's a 6.66 billion assets under management, not 1.17. So what happens if people get excited about ARKG? What if ARKG is the new ARK? Well, that's 117% return. I have $400,000+ in this right now, and it can 10x that number very quickly. That's 1,000% return on RG calls. So 4 million in gains. TLT right now, 2.5 million, 1 to 2.5. If the world falls apart, I feel good. I think this is the plan. There's other stuff. Bitcoin's obviously huge. Again, if Bitcoin ends up being some part of this Plaza Accord, which we are doing, then I think really good things can happen. All right. Again, I'm going to work hard for you guys. I told you I'm going to step it up this year, okay? Bond yields have to come down before end of the year or we're fucked. We have to pay off, guys. We have... Kobayashi letter had a good one about this. I didn't reshare it because I don't... It's just like... It's all like bearish all the time. But let's just pull it up, okay? And I'm probably saying his name completely wrong. I don't care. I really don't care. Kobayashi. Kobe... Whatever. All right. So... Let's see. Right. Nope. He's got a lot of good charts. You should follow him right here. Okay. Right here. So he's talking about, he goes, this is insane. In 2025, $9.2 trillion of U.S. debt. I think it's actually closer to 8.5. But whatever. Either will mature or need to be refinanced. Maybe it's up to 9 now. The U.S. now holds $36.2 trillion. Actually, it could be up to 9 because of Janet Yellen's just been issuing really shorter dated treasuries to try and just float the debt and not have to be accountable for it, which is funny. The U.S. now holds $36.2 trillion worth of government debt, meaning that 25.4% of our debt is set to mature this year. This is the real reason rates are rising. The rates were rising, guys, because people were afraid. They were afraid that we wouldn't be able to repay our debts, but they're not rising anymore, right? They're in this megaphone pattern, a rising, broadening wedge that's breaking down. Today, they're down 1%. Kobayashi, multitasking hot dog champ and investing. I don't know what all that means, but I love it. He's actually a good dude. Hey, just got here. Did you already explain your thesis on TLT? I have, and you can find it. You can find it in a number of places. I probably won't do it a third time, but you can go back through the video and see it. I've talked about it a couple times already. This is one of them. Record short. Again, I talked about it all. I'm not going to do it again. So just look it up. But Kobayashi is 100% right. I don't know where the fuck he is anymore. I got too many tabs. That ain't it. That's it. But he's right. We've got a lot of debt to refinance, and we have to lower rates. Sealess is right. We have to lower rates. So this is it, guys. This is the play. This is the play. Be long TLT, probably with leverage if you want a good... Again, if you can get an 11x return on it, if you can get an 11x return on the leverage for TLT, you don't have to have... If 10% of your portfolio is in it, then you have 100% downside protection. Do you realize that? You have 100% downside protection. I plan on getting to 100% downside protection. So I'm probably going to put another $250,000 into this play. Might do it with some other calls, but probably another $250,000 because I think it's worth doing, and I like money. I like insurance. I want 100% protection right now because shit can get weird. Thanks. Miners will have the space to move. I think they can. CleanSpark was amazingly strong yesterday, up 2.36%, and now today it's up 0.18%. And gold, guys, gold is telling us what's happening, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Gold is telling us, guys, shit's happening. Silver is telling us shit's happening. They're screaming to us. And so maybe, I don't know if it's for all the right reasons, but maybe Rex is right. Maybe Rex is right. Maybe he was right about things falling apart over the short term. Because we're a wrecking ball right now. We're a wrecking ball right now. We are laying waste to what has been. Do you guys realize that? We are being liberated from what has been. Kamala Harris would be proud. It's happening. Not the way she envisioned. but it's happening. So we've got to adapt. We got to adapt to that. And so I go back. I unblocked Rex. I didn't apologize to him. I probably should. Even though I think he's a fucking idiot with MicroStrategy. You're a fucking idiot with MicroStrategy, Rex. But I love you. It's just that 16-year-old baby face that's got to learn some shit. But he's really wise otherwise. I mean, he's a wise kid. He's an adult. I shouldn't say that. So patronizing. But he's a wise dude. He's a wise dude, and he's smart. And I should apologize to him, I think. But I do think he's wrong about MicroStrategy. Don't listen to that part. But I do think he was ahead of the game on what's coming. And hopefully I can provide some value to him, and he can get a better understanding of what's coming based upon just this video today. Maybe you guys should recommend it to him. Have him skip the part about the 16-year-old kid. But, yeah, I don't know. I think the Mag 7, I wouldn't want to be in the ETFs right now. I don't think I'd want to be in shit coins. Maybe Trump coin? Isn't that retarded? Why would I? But Trump coin's up today, guys. Is it the leader? Is Trump coin the leader? Is it the best performing shit coin in the top 100? I might have to buy some more. Anyway. Fuck. I don't even know what I'm doing. I think I'm missing more stuff. Let's go to the economic calendar. We're all over the place today, guys. How long do you plan to hold MicroStrategy? I don't know, dude. Here's the thing. I'm probably still going to get out of it. But, yeah, AMD down 10%. Google ain't doing good. You guys pay attention to Google? I don't even know where any of my charts are anymore. Here's AMD. Ouch. Remember how everybody was like, oh, this is it, guys. This is it. No, I guess this is it. This is it down here. But maybe this is the bottom. Maybe I should butcher MSTX or a little bit of it. Buy more TLT and maybe look at some calls for AMD. I don't know. I didn't look at the earnings call, so I'm probably going to wait on that one. Maybe AMD doesn't have a place anymore. Maybe everybody's just piling into it and it's wrong. I don't know. I know this. I know Palantir is too overvalued right now for me to touch. So I'm not going to go there. Trump descending wedge. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tightening descending wedge. I think that's the key, right? And again, guys, it's the best performing shitcoin is Trump. You know why? People are going to associate his success with the coin. There's much more retarded things that have happened in this world of crypto. If you don't believe that's possible, last cycle we were all about dogs and stupid NFT shit. Dogs and apes. And people were proud that they'd spent, and what was that weird fucking artist that like sold something for $100+ million or some shit? There's just really crazy stuff. Like, if you don't understand how stupid altcoins can get, I think Trump coin can do pretty good. I'm just going to say that. Give me that W bottom on Tesla. Bored Ape. Yeah, just all the stupidity. How about Red Cat? It's ran a lot, and I still haven't done enough research into defense, so I'm not going to recommend stuff that I don't think is really, really good. I don't think that would be the right move. I might actually butcher my Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, even though I think there's an opportunity there. I might do it with options later. So maybe I take out a little bit of MSTX. Let's just look. Let's develop a game plan. Probably going to take out Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. I'm down. Well, I'm about even, actually. Those could do well, but they're not as high conviction, so I'm probably just going to wipe them out. I've still got a lot of BITX, going to leave that alone. Might take out a little bit of MSTX. I'm currently up 6.5% on that. I don't know. We'll see. You know what? I do have chips. I've still got SMCI and Micron. I'm probably going to butcher those. So I think the plan, guys, is I'm going to wipe out Fannie Mae and Freddie. I'm going to wipe out Micron. I'm going to wipe out SMCI because my conviction isn't as high. My conviction isn't as high, and that gets me 190 $280,000. And then I'm still in MSTX. I like it. I like it. That's the play. That's what we're doing. That's so much the play that I'm just going to sell these bitch at market. Oh, wait. I got to do... I forgot. They actually... I'll do that stuff later. They actually have to do limit orders on the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac shit. So I'll just do that later. But I think this is... So am I transparent enough for you guys? I feel like I am. Do you know anybody that is more transparent about their thoughts on the world and their investment thesis than me? I got this guy, Garcia Capital, little bitch, whatever. He invested in Palantir and now he's a genius, right? Because he got a stock and held it, one stock, and made a bunch of money. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for people actually that had conviction to hold Palantir, that had a better vision of its reality than I did. I'm happy for those people, right? But don't call me a fucking shill. What I do, I charged virtually nothing for, and I don't plan on changing it. And I do a great fucking job. Whether people believe that or not, I don't give a shit. Okay? I don't care. And that's probably the last time I'm going to talk about that guy. Because I got a feeling in the future he's not going to want to talk about me. Pretty sure. A few others. I'd like to know who they are. If anybody gives live streams, says openly what they think about all geopolitical issues and what's going on in the world of finance, and shows you their portfolio and all of their trades, and has the success rate that I've had over the last 5 or 6 years, I'd love to see it. I mean, I know of at least one guy. I forget his name. Chris. What is his name? He's been around longer than me, too. 10 or 11. Chris Dorillo? No, Carrillo? Am I getting it right? You guys know it. Help me out. I don't know. We'll find it. Chris Carrillo. I want to say that's him. He actually has an amazing track record. As far as I know, publicly sharing, he's the best. But I want to pass him, and I'm going to. I'm going to pass him. And I'm going to do it through a downturn. And my plan is to be one of the greatest investors on this earth. Chris Carrillo. Thank you, Mike. That's my plan. Will I achieve that? I don't know. But that's my plan. Do you know other people that have that plan? Chris probably has that plan. Chris probably has the plan of being one of the greatest investors on earth. But, and he probably, I mean, he might be there. I mean, some people are private and they don't share that stuff. There's probably a lot of really good private guys that are better than me or him. And you'll just never know about them. But my plan is to be one of the best. Meet Kevin had that plan. Yeah, he did. You know what? Rex is more savvy than Meet Kevin. And like by far, in my opinion. Meet Kevin is a great realtor, and he would make for a great politician because he can be really fake when he has to be. I would not be a great politician. James, yeah, that's fair. Dude, how did I not include James? Yep, that's fair. He's brilliant. Yeah, and he's better than me. At least as far as, I don't know. Well, see, here's the thing. I don't know all of the history of his portfolio, but he is brilliant. And he's one of the best analysts out there by far that I've ever seen. And he shares a ton of stuff. And for $8, like, honestly, if you're subscribed to me and him, I think you're good. Kosh 2000 has talked about his move this entire video. Rewind. Yeah. I've got the TLT thing is very well documented in here, guys. I love Cantonese Cat, dude. He's the shit. He's a good dude. He's not as good as me, though. He's just not as good. Maybe from a technical level, maybe his charting, but he's not as good as me. He's not as well-rounded as I am. But I love him. I don't know the stock well. James is 24/7. Nobody has this work ethic. Nobody. Mr. Casper, the guy went all in on Sol. Oh, dude, I know. I wish I would have listened to him. I wish I would have listened to him earlier. I knew he was brilliant, but I just didn't know how brilliant. But with Solana and MicroStrategy alone, he's the hardest working analyst I've ever seen. Like literally, again, so here's probably one of the key takeaways. I think my subscription is great. I think that I think that James Investors is great. If you're on a budget, we're probably two of the best. If you guys know more, throw them out. Banana Stocks is great from a TA perspective. I agree. He is. If you're looking at just TA, he's a great one. Invest Answers, yes. When I'm talking about James, it's always Invest Answers. He's a stud. And then if you can afford it, I think you have to have Fund Strat. If you're rich enough to do $250 a month, or there's a lower version of that too, but I like Cantonese Cat. If you like technical people, I think Cantonese Cat, I think Balloon, and there's a few others that are really good from a technical level. But Cantonese Cat doesn't cover macro. He doesn't cover what's going on in the world. And if you don't understand these things, you're missing out. It's just not the way to do it. SMCI now up 5.2% in pre-market. Do they have an earnings coming out? I don't know. I really don't give a shit about SMCI, though. I think my play, I have to go with my conviction, guys. My conviction. Marty Party is, yeah, he's good from the TA too. But again, you kind of get that with James. He's in James' videos, and then you can just subscribe to him on, or you could just follow him on X. James is scared to offend people. He does every once in a while, though. He's much better mannered than myself. If you bring me to a social gathering, I'm probably going to destroy it. Just to be real. Macro is a huge part of the puzzle. I've said this for a while, guys. The pyramid, the base of it is the macro of the world. Then underneath of that, once you know what's going on in the world, that's the foundation. Then you need to know the fundamentals of the companies that you're in or investments that you're in. And then after you know the fundamentals, you got to know the financials. And then it's the TA. Banana charges $40 a month. I think that's too much. But I'm not a day trader. Yeah, I worry about SMCI. I don't think the risk to reward is good. I agree, Janko. I'd rather put that into my higher conviction stuff, which is going to be TLT. What did we say? TLT and something else. I was talking about doing something else. I was going to wipe out Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. I was going to wipe out SMCI and Micron. I was going to put some of that into TLT. And I don't know if I was going to do cash. You guys remind me what I was going to do. I had a plan. Maybe I'll just keep some in cash too. Yeah. I'm not a day trader, so I can't speak to it. He's smart though. He's really good. I like him. And he's honest too. And he does, I will say this, Banana actually does look at a world view, which I think is super important. Is TLT stock an acceptable hedge? I try and stay away from options. It's an acceptable hedge, but it's not going to give you the numbers that you're looking for. If you're in the options play that I'm in, you have an 11x the underlying if it hits my target of 35% upside. And so to give that, and you have 2 years for it to happen. So you could put 10% of your overall capital or maybe 8% of your overall capital into this play, a long option call play. And with only 8, 9, 10%, you would be able to offset 100% losses in your portfolio if I'm right about this thesis, which I am. NVIDIA is pumping because AMD sucked. But if you look here, guys, Microsoft down, Google down, Palantir down, Apple down, AMD down. The magnificent, some of the big dogs are looking rough. Amazon down, Tesla down. The big dogs, I mean, we can't even include AMD in that. The big dogs and the Magnificent Seven are getting brutalized outside of NVIDIA. And NVIDIA will do good. I mean, if you're going to be in a safety play for chips, that's probably it. SMCI is next Tuesday. SMCI could do good. I just don't care because I have an 11x potential return here. Tesla's a great play. And so again, if I get up to 500,000 on this TLT play, I think so. Yeah, Palantir's down. Well, I mean, Palantir was up 23%, guys. It was up 23% yesterday. Like, you can't complain about Palantir being down. It was down, 24%, 23.99% yesterday. It closed at like almost 104, bro. 104. So I don't think anybody can be upset by Palantir being down. I don't think that's a bad idea, Stevie, but I said that same thing at 30, so what the fuck do I know about Palantir? Definitely not the person you want to listen to about that one. Victor Hernandez, I'm really excited about ARKG. Gotta be honest, lower rates, and AI, and I think I'm excited about Archie. It's really a play. Yeah, I wish I would have, like, again, at least I made back the bulk of my money on PayPal. In the end, guys, for PayPal, I think I lost $200,000 to $250,000 because I had complete losses no, it's probably a little over 250. I had complete losses for my 2025s of like over 380,000 or 70,000 or something. It's gone now. I'd have to go back and look. And then I made up and made money in this other one. So it's probably about $250,000 I lost in Palantir over 2 years. A lot of opportunity cost there. But that's a part of the play, right? You win some and you lose some. And if I only lose $250,000 on PayPal, that's not a big deal if I can make 4 on some of these other plays like ArcG, or 2 million, 2.5 million on TLT in a down market. What do I think about Enphase? I don't know if I know Enphase enough. I know this. I know they make a lot of inverters. I know they do a lot of business internationally, and the international market I think is going to be incredibly tough. And I don't think there's going to be a lot of incentive to do solar under Trump. And I know their inverters aren't needed in Powerwall version 3. So I don't love Enphase, honestly, guys. And again, maybe it's a Palantir for me. Maybe I don't understand the company well enough. I won't pretend like I do. But I just from the things I do know about the world, I feel like Enphase isn't going to do very good. Daniel Dibb, think MSTR is going to destroy earnings expectation? Their earnings, no. FASB's not going to count, guys. Let's be very real. FASB should not count. They've told us previously that they won't include FASB accounting rules until the end of Q1, which will be reported in Q2 for MicroStrategy. That's my understanding. Check with Ben Workman and a bunch of other people in that space in case I'm wrong. But I don't think they're going to count FASB accounting rules until they absolutely have to. And they don't have to do that for Q4. So, Punter Jeff, he's another great one. Yeah. Did you see Jeff's latest post on MicroStrategy? I joined late this AM. I did not. Let's just hop over to that real quick. Plus, Michael Saylor said something. I should pull that up. I love you guys, by the way. Thank you for like reaching out in chat and saying like, hey, pay attention to this. Oh, is that December 14th? Well, shit, I'm not selling my MSTX. What? I'm getting a lot of conflicting information here. Let's get this out there real quick, though. Let me pull up that post. I didn't make money on PayPal. I lost $250,000 on PayPal because I lost in my 2025. I'd love to say that I did, but it wouldn't be true now, would it? And I don't lie. I tell the truth, even if people fucking hate it. Even if I hate it. Grocket? Let's check this Punter Jeff. Did you guys say that Punter Jeff was talking about it too? Or I can grok it too, but I like the idea of listening to Punter Jeff. He's one of these. All right. Earnings released tomorrow. Analysts expect 6% estimates per share gain on average. They're way wrong again. Below our estimates on 2 scenarios. Scenario 1, no adoption of FASB accounting. Because again, they're not forced to. It won't be included in Q4 for MicroStrategy. James said the same thing. See, I don't think it is. I don't think it is, guys. They can include it, but I think previously they've said they wouldn't. So a loss of $7.70 per share, or fully diluted $6.95. So we're looking at a loss on MSTR. Or scenario 2, they adopt the FASB fair accounting value and they get wicked gains and beat expectations and blow everybody out of the water. All right, we're gonna let my man read this here because I don't have the patience for such things. It's a great post, but I'm so nasally and I'm just falling apart. Just 1 second here, guys. SMCI is ripping. Why? I don't know. We'll take a look.
Fourth quarter 2024 earnings released tomorrow. Analysts estimate 6 cents. Earnings per share gain on average. They're way wrong. A gain below are my estimates for EPs based on 2 scenarios. Scenario 1, no adoption of FASB fair value accounting, EST. EPS loss of negative $7.97 per share EST. EPS loss of negative $6.95 per fully diluted share. Scenario 2, adoption of FASB fair value accounting. EPS gain of $31.68 per share EST. EPS gain of 27.
All right, this is reading all retarded. Should SB or should, let me just see here. Overall acquired this, blah, 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 blah. Should MicroStrategy not elect to adopt FASB accounting rules? I suspect 2024 annual EPS to be 1011 for the year. Additionally, should MSTR elect to adopt the rules, it'll be a lot. They'll blow it out of the park. They'll blow the estimates out of the park. Are we lagging? I haven't switched out of Restream. I might just have to do that and get my shit set up. Are you guys lagging? Did we crash? Let me look here. Fucking bullshit. I can't tell. The stream doesn't say it's crashed. Can you guys respond? Let me know how we're doing. Refresh, maybe. Here, I'm going to pull something up real quick. You're not lagging? Okay, good. I've just got to take a screenshot of this error. Just 1 second. We recommend that you use a stream of 1350. I might be using too high of a stream rate. Fine now? Okay. I'm going to get off a Restream since I'm not publishing on X anymore, and then I'm going to tweak my settings to just make them perfect. So that's coming. I might have to kill the stream in a little bit, though. We'll see. Let me know if it keeps happening, guys. So what he's saying in here is that MicroStrategy could completely destroy the shorts if they wanted to this quarter. They said they aren't doing it till Q1. Let's talk through this. They said they're not doing it till Q1. If they don't do it till Q1, this quarter's going to suck because they're expecting 6 cents in earnings and they're probably going to lose $7. Okay? That's the estimate Punter Jeff's given us. But there's this second scenario where Michael Saylor is fucking with the shorts to destroy them. Let's just think about this. If Michael Saylor, he's clearly telegraphed for a while that they won't be doing this until Q1, recognized in Q2. But if he wanted to absolutely destroy them, destroy the shorts, he could just introduce FASB accounting rules right now. And if he did that, he would melt faces. Melt them. Huh. Would he do that? Yeah, he said big strategy day with a Bitcoin. Would he do that? Would he melt them? Do you think that Michael Saylor, you know what? Let's throw out a poll. Do we think that Michael Saylor would deliberately melt the shorts? Do you think he'd melt the shorts? And by that, I mean, do you think he would early go ahead and introduce FASB accounting rules? He's been able to do it since Q1 of 2024. Do you think just to watch them bleed and frighten them from ever shorting MicroStrategy again, do you think he would melt the shorts by doing it early? I don't know. I think he might. And now we've got Bitcoin Strategy Day. What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? Is he going to destroy them? I know he's in for the long term, but all I'm saying is if you wanted to make an example out of shorts and make it to where they will never touch you again, you know what I would do? I would do it early. He could just say we changed our mind. Shit, I might be holding mine too. I might sell something. So I'm definitely going to sell I'm going to dump all that shit I talked about, take that $290,000, pump it into TLT, and I'm going to ride this bitch out. Fuck it. We're not selling MSTX at all. We're not doing it. Because I think he's crazy enough to wreck them. Just think about it, guys. Think about it. Would you ever dare short this company again? If you thought you could take these guys out and you're going to make all this money, would you ever touch this company again? Would you ever try and short them again? If you went from 6 cents earnings per share to thinking that they're going to have a big loss, it might hurt his credibility. That's true, Kyle. It could, but he's not doing anything wrong. I don't know what to think about it. Here's the way I look at it, though. Let's just go back. Here's the way I'm going to look at it. This is the way I'm playing this, and you guys do whatever you want, okay? I'm just some fucking guy sitting in his basement. Here's the way I'm like thinking about this. I'm going to wipe out Fannie Mae. I'm going to wipe out all this other the Micron and SMC. I don't care if they're fucking still going up. I really don't care. Yeah, I'm close. I'll probably be down on average once I wipe all these things out by like 6 or 7% with them coming up today. Between all these trades, I'll be down 6 or 7%. That's okay. Get the fuck out. I'm going to put that money into TLT, and I'm going to get myself up to well over $500,000 in TLT so that, and I might not do it in the same calls, probably not going to since I just told you guys about it. But I'll let you guys know when I do the trade. 1 minute to the bell. Yes. Actually, less than a minute. Let's go to it, and then we'll get back to this.
And so their margins get squeezed. Very typical what's happening at this moment.
All right, Jim, let's get the opening bell here in the CNBC Real-Time Exchange. The big board, it is a real estate brokerage Compass. Our friend Robert Revkin there on the podium at the NASDAQ platform as a service via. Jim, as we watch some of the, I don't know, would you argue the guidance this week, Merck?
All right, so I just got to say this again. We'll pull this up. We'll look at the watch list. But I'm going to make some trades real quick, guys, because I'm just thinking through this here. I'm gonna weather the storm on an MSTX. I'm okay with losing money. I don't care if I lose a couple $100,000. Fuck it. But I will say this. Yes, he's all about volatility. Somebody just said he's all about volatility. Saylor is all about volatility. That's 100% right. So how much he just literally, think about it, guys. He didn't buy Bitcoin for the first time in like 3 months. He didn't buy it. So these shorts are probably confident right now. They're probably confident right now because they're like, he didn't buy, guys. He can't sell anymore. He didn't buy any Bitcoin. He hasn't announced any sales of bond or any convertible offerings or any of this other stuff. He's not doing anything with this stuff anymore. We got him. They're done. Think about all the macro going on in the world. They're done. Bitcoin's going to fail. MicroStrategy's levered. They're going to fail. They're not. But people think that. People like Rex think that. So the market is set up for, these guys fucked up and let's pounce. And what happens if he says, you know what, guys, we decided to do it a quarter early. We went ahead and adopted FASB accounting rules to prepare for 2025. 10.67 isn't that bad. Is that as of today? Or what's the date on that, Daniel? Yeah, they have a lockout before earnings. That's true. That's a really good point, Mike. He couldn't. No, that's a really good point. Very smart. But I'm just trying to think. I don't know. I think he'd do it. I'm probably going to change my plan a little bit. Again, let me real quickly here. I need to implement my plan. So bear with me for a second, guys. I'm dumping Fannie Mae. I'm dumping Freddie Mac. I'm selling all of it, all but one share, just so I can track it. Let me get these in there. And then I'm just going to get rid of these things real quick. Tesla did it today. Tesla did what? Sorry. Just, yeah, they implemented it early. Yeah. Right, dude? Right? Tesla implemented it early to help themselves with the quarter. They literally took the lead on it. That is a really great point, Mike. That's a really great point. They decided, hey, guys, today's the day. Mike Alfred, BTC. Did they do it in previous quarters? Does anybody know? All right, the machine says 11.2% short interest. Tesla, did they recognize gains? No, they couldn't have recognized that, not in the same way, because they had to count down their FASB accounting rules didn't change until 2024. They bought Bitcoin a long time ago, but they used FASB accounting rules to recognize their gains over the quarter. Did they do that in previous quarters in 2024, or did they just start now in this last quarter in Q4? Can anybody find that out real quick? While you're doing that, I'm going to dump my SMCI and my Micron because I just don't care. I want to use that money in other places. So I'm getting rid of it. Again, you got to stick with your highest conviction. You got to stick with the things you do research on. And I just haven't done enough to feel confident about these in the way that I feel confident about everything else. Did Tesla announce they were adopting before they did? I don't know. Yes, Tesla recognized its Q4 as I understand that they recognized it in Q4, but had they recognized the new FASB accounting rules before Q4? Can somebody punch that into Grok and take a look? I can do it in a second, but if you guys can let me know, that would be hugely beneficial because we need to know that answer, guys. We need to know that answer. It's very important. Okay, so I've just closed everything. I'm going to post this real quick. And I might have to bail for a little bit, guys, because I'm going to look towards new calls. So I hate to cut this one short, but I don't know about previous quarters, but they did report like 25% of their earnings as Bitcoin gains. Yeah, dude, they made like $600 million because of that. I don't know if any of that's spelled right. I don't even care. All right. And, no, Tesla did not report gains for the first time in their most recent earnings report. Tesla's previously reported gains or losses related. They've had to, but did they do it with FASB accounting rules, the new FASB accounting rules? That's the hard part because they do have to report gains and losses, but they had to do it at the lowest level of the quarter previously if they weren't incorporating FASB accounting rules. They reported a loss, but no gains in FASB gains without taxes. Okay, so that V850Z, you're indicating to me that this is the first quarter that they did that, if I'm reading this correctly. I'll check on my own too, guys, after this. But that would be very interesting if that's true. Because if Tesla just did that, why the fuck wouldn't MicroStrategy just do that? Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they just fuck the shorts, give them a big old surprise, and make them run away screaming in pain and suffering? Why wouldn't they do that? That is fucking brilliant, guys. I hate to leave you like this, okay? But I gotta go. I got shit to do. Okay? I gotta look at more TLT, and I'm gonna look at a different contract for it. Grok, Tesla reported significant $600 million mark-to-market gain in their Bitcoin in Q4 2024 earnings due to the adoption of the new FASB accounting rules. That's it, brothers. So my goal is to ride out the pain. If MSTR does not incorporate the new FASB accounting rules, I'm just going to ride the fucking pain out and I'm going to buy more MSTX. And I can do that with this massive gains that I can make on TLT. Because if I have roughly the same returns, but I have, let's just say 1,250 contracts on this one, I don't, but that's probably the equivalent between whatever else I get. If we go to the 120 range, like I think we can easily do, if we do that in the next year, I make anywhere between like $2.5, $2.7 million. If for some reason the world gets really crazy this next year, I can make $5.5 million off of TLT in a year. If we went up to 144, which is the .618 golden retracement zone. And so I can account for all of my losses. And so I'll ride this bitch. I'm ride or die. I'm sticking with MSTR. And tomorrow, guys, when we have earnings, watch it here because this is going to be the fun place to watch it. And I'm imagining like Ben Workman and Jeff Punter are going to do a show. And so I'll probably be watching them too, okay? We'll be watching them and learning from them. But I'm excited about what's happening right now. I love you guys. I think we're going to make a lot of money together. And we're, at the very least, if shit gets crazy, we're going to preserve our wealth together and then make a bunch of money together. But let's get rich while making the world the place that we want it to be, while making it a place where people don't look at race, they don't look at color, they don't care about, same thing, they don't look at religion, they don't care about your sexual orientation. These aren't the markers that make you the person that you are. Instead, you're weighed by your merit, what you do for the world, the people you love, the caringness that you put into it. Let's manifest our destinies and encourage people to do the same. And let's be happy when they're rewarded with it and not jealous. Let's bring each other up. Let's make the world better. Let's avoid World War fucking III. Let's make America great, where my kid can hold up an American flag and people cheer it. That's the fucking world we're going to make. I love you guys. Peace out. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
I got love for every nation. I got love for all races. I got love for all religions. Got love for so many places. No love for a politician, a congressman, or a senator. If the country that they put in first ain't the United States of America. No love for these politicians with corporate interests in other countries. Only one that I serve is God. I don't serve man, I don't serve money. No love for the people living in the USA, but always hating it. Got a lot I probably shouldn't say to y'all. Matter of fact, I'll just pray on it. I'm pro-life, pro-God, pro-gun, not ashamed of it. Yo, worshiping military, killing babies, mutilating children, yelling Satanists. Supporting the troops in their tour doesn't mean that you're supporting the war. Supporting the freedoms that they fighting for doesn't mean that you're supporting the gore. Supporting the country I live in and loving it doesn't mean blindly supporting the government. The world that we live in is trouble.
Hold up. Did you say MicroStrategy earnings are tonight? Well, fuck it. We're doing it tonight. See you guy.
Turn off the media, we should defund and support in America for other nations. Does not make me a racist. If you like communism so much, I'll pay for your vacation. America first, the people are hurt. Got vets in the street with nothing to eat and nowhere to work. Sending our dollars overseas and funding these wars. No love for these politicians if they're not America first. America first, this countries protect their borders. It's not a controversial subject. I say cause the southern border, it seems to get people upset. I don't care what names you call me, we in $40 trillion of debt. Uncle Sam takes half your money, then you get a low refund check. I am America first. Kamala cares a better purse. I never sell out the people to raise my net worth. The Second Amendment is there to always protect my first. I'm a better rapper than Meg Thee Stallion, and I don't even have to curse. Let's keep the American dream alive and put an end to all the lies. BLM raised billions, and what did they do for black lives? Politicians promise you the whole world, then they backslide. What happened to Hunter's laptop? You know I'm most strapped up. Gun rights are human rights. Feminists been sold a lie. You can mess around and find out. Play stupid games with a stupid prize. God bless the whole USA, even the ones you hate me. Still fighting for you today, and no globalists paid me. America first, the people are hurt. Got vets in the street with nothing to eat and nowhere to work. Sending our dollars overseas and funding these wars. No love for these politicians.